Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best centers in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM right now. Now, before we hop into this video, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 4,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already. If you do subscribe and help me continue on that journey to 4K. And yeah, also, these top 10 lists are entirely my opinion. Keep that in mind when I'm making these rankings. If you have a different opinion than me, that is totally cool. Feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of my list and what you would change. But yeah, without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into it and start off with number 10. And this should show you how many great centers we've gotten recently. That I'm putting David Robinson, who I think may have been the best center in the game back when I last did a top 10 center ranking. He is the number 10 ranked center, and honestly, you could make an argument he doesn't even deserve to be on the list. The thing is, he is 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. He's a solid shooter, solid speed, solid defender. Overall, a solid card. Needs badges like quick first step, bailout, bullet passer, limitless spot up, and sniper. Those are 5 crucial badges that you definitely want to add to the card. But he's a solid interior defender. Doesn't have the most Hall of Fame badges at this point, at only 6, but solid all-around card. Has a really nice big man release. Movement is not great, but he has a great release. Super solid interior defender. Decent athleticism. He's a really solid all-around card. Just not a ton of elite Hall of Fame badges. His defense, while still really good, isn't quite as insane as it was, especially on the perimeter earlier in the year. And overall, he's just there. He's a little outclassed. Definitely a super solid card still, but for his price, there's much better options. I think D-Rob, despite being a solid card, his time has come just a little bit, but I do look forward to the next D-Rob that we get, whether that be an Opal or a Dark Matter. Whenever we get a new D-Rob, he's going to be a top center in the game once again. At number 9, we have LaMarcus Aldridge, who is a card who I feel like has definitely gone very under the radar. I believe he dropped recently in, he may have even dropped in this week's drop. This shows you how tuned in I am to these card drops, but yes, he dropped in this week's limited edition set, and he's got 10 Hall of Fame badges, 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, solid finishing badges and shooting badges like catch, corner, dream shake, drop stepper, post spin technician, stop and pop, badges like that. Another solid speed guy, decent defender, nothing that jumps off the page. You can add badges like quick first step, chase down artist, clamps, pick dodger, ball stripper, things like that to him to improve him as a playmaker and a defender. Really good shooter though. He's got a great release. Definitely would add sniper as well, but otherwise comes with all the shooting badges that you need. And yeah, just a great all-around card with a really nice release. Brook Lopez release is super smooth. They changed his release from the LA base, which is just not a good release at all, to this Brook Lopez base, which is much better. And yeah, he's a great catch and shoot guy, one of the best stretch bigs in the game. Super solid defender and athlete as well, and dunks the ball at a solid level as well. Just a pretty well-rounded card. Super nice budget option at the center position, and I think number 9 is a fair spot to put a card like this. At number 8, we got DeAndre Ayton, who is another great card that is a free option in my team currently, as part of the Jason Tatum playoff push grind. 7'1" with a 7'4" wingspan. Honestly, I compare this card to David Robinson in a lot of ways. No hot spots, but 10 hops, which includes some solid post ones like back down punisher, drop stepper, post spin technician, and rise up, as well as defensive ones like box, brick wall, interceptor, intimidator, rebound chaser, and rim protector. Elite defensive badges on hops, as well as really solid ones on gold. Needs bullet passer. That's a big badge that you're definitely going to want to add to him. Maybe glue hands as well, and then limitless spot up sniper. Badges like that are going to be badges you're going to want to add to him. He doesn't have the craziest speed at only 79 speed and excel, but his jumper is really chicken. Great jumper. It's smooth, pretty easy to green. Fundamental dribble style, which is nice to have, but not crucial because you're not going to be doing much playmaking with your center, especially a guy with like Ayton who only has 79 speed, but he is an elite defender on the interior. Really good on the perimeter as well. Has great badges, and overall, really nice jump shot as well. Really good free center option, and I think number 8 is a very fair spot to put a card like this. At number 7, we're going with Yi Jean-Leon. Again, I still don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I hope I am. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, so he's got good size. I still feel like he feels kind of small at center, despite the fact that he's 7 foot tall. He just has kind of a thin player build, but he is a great card on paper. One of the best centers in the game on paper for sure. Super solid interior defender and perimeter defender. Has a bunch of great shooting badges as well as Hoff quick first step, and interceptor, intimidator, pogo stick, rebound chaser. Really good badges across the board. Not the greatest speed, but definitely not bad at all. 83 speed and excel. An elite shooter. His jumper is really good. He only needs a couple badges like clamps, bailout, a couple badges like that, and otherwise it's pretty complete. And he's probably the best playmaker on this list, or at least top 2, with fundamental dribble style, really solid jump shot, the Kobe size up. The thing about that is that the playmaking ability at center just isn't very crucial, because you're not going to need your center to play make much at all. And I do feel like he doesn't play great defense on the interior specifically. He just doesn't feel huge, despite the fact that he is 7 foot. Is definitely pretty mashable, I feel like, compared to a lot of the other centers. And definitely a great card. Like, I will say, offensively, he's one of the best cards in the game at any position, and definitely at center. I just don't feel like he plays quite as good as the badges would say, and the stats don't jump off the page. You definitely not bad. He is a super good card, still top 7 at the center position, and I think higher than that on my power forward list that I did yesterday. Great card for sure, but I don't think putting him any higher than 7 makes sense for me right now. At number 6, we got Mr. Yao Ming, and I think a lot of people would have Yao higher than this, but I am just not very high on Yao. He's a good card. 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan. He's the tallest card in my team. Well, basically the tallest card in my team, tallest usable card in my team anyway. No hotspots, but 17 Hall of Fame badges, including a ton of finishing badges, set shooter, brick wall, defensive leader, box, intimidator, post lockdown, rim protector, tireless defender, worm. Needs badges like quick first step, clamps, pick dodger, limitless spot up, sniper. Things like that are definitely good badges to add. Fast twitch as well as a good interior badge. And he is slow. 68 speed and excel, a 73 shot through, which is, it doesn't jump off the page at you, but he's a solid enough defender, really good on the interior, one of the best rebounding cards in the game because of his size and also high rebounding stat and the Hall of Fame. Actually only gold rebound chaser, but it's really not necessary because of how good of a rebounder he is and how tall he is. And he's even a solid perimeter defender as well. He's just slow. I feel like that's the biggest flaw with the card. Even the shooting, with that shooting badges that you can add and the shooting badges he already comes with, as well as the fact that his jumper, while not great, is solid. Set shot 8 is not bad. Like the biggest problem with this card easily is the fact that he's just not super fast. I feel like he sometimes kind of gets bullied a little bit by smaller centers as well, which is really annoying. When you have a guy like Yao, you want him to dominate the paint in really every facet of the game on the interior on both offense and defense. And I feel like this card just is a little bit soft at times, and be coupled with his lack of speed, which does hurt a lot defensively because of his inability to guard the pick and roll and things like that. I just can't put him higher than number 6. Definitely not a bad card, super usable even in a competitive setting, but for me, I just don't think he's any higher than 6 right now. At number 5, we have KP, who's 7'3", not 7'6" like Yao, but he's a much better stretch, better defender, better athlete, all that. 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, 80 speed and excel instead of 68, solid enough rebounder still, pretty good all-around badges. Only badges he can't get are badges like quick first step, but otherwise can pretty much get everything except for chase down quick first step, like I said. Elite shooter though, solid enough defender, has that 7'3" height and 7'6" wingspan, which does make up a little bit for the fact that his interior and perimeter defenses don't jump off the page at you. But badge wise, he's solid. He's an elite shooter, solid dunker, has the fundamental dribble style as well, which again, without quick first step and only 80 speed, not going to be the greatest playmaker, but it's better to have than a big or a power or something like that, because it can still be useful in certain situations. And the jumper is elite. Brook Lopez base, Karl Malone upper, super smooth, really easy to green. One of my favorite big man jumpers in the game. I think there's an argument that KP is the best pick and pop big in the game. With him being 7'3", he's an elite master. He's a much better defender than his stats would say, and overall definitely a top 5 center for a super reasonable price. Big fan of Kristaps Porzingis in my team. Jaren Jackson Jr. is the guy I have at number 4, another free option, and just a guy who I think should be on most people's teams. He's my backup center on my God squad right now because I don't want to shell out the MT for one of these top 3 centers. Well, I have one of the top 3 centers, but I don't want to sell out the MT for another one of them to fill out my backup when you can get a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. who's totally free. 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, so he's got good size, nice long arms, 4 out of 5 hotspots, 10 hoffs, include catch and shoot, corner specialist, chase down, interceptor, intimidator, pogo, post lockdown, and rim protector, elite interior defender, and really good perimeter defender as well. Solid rebounder, only needs a couple badges like maybe a quick first step. You could potentially add a dead eye or blinders or an ankle braces. Like there's a couple badges you could add, but really not a lot of important badges at all. He already comes really complete for a big besides that quick first step badge. He's got great speed at 85 and great acceleration also at 85. 85 driving dunk, really good pop, good shooter. Jump shot is super smooth, quick, and really easy to green. Movement with big dribble style is not good, but he is a elite pick and pop big, solid interior guy on both ends of the court, has elite defensive and shooting badges, and one of the better big man releases in the game. Plus really good athleticism for a center. This card for a free card is an absolute monster, and I think number 4 on this list is a totally fair spot to put him. At number 3, we're going with Karl Anthony Towns, who I will admit I did undervalue, I think, a little bit when I first saw this card was coming out. I wasn't super high on him for one reason, and that's just that the release is a little bit slow. Not my favorite release whatsoever. His movement also isn't elite, but everything else about this card is incredible. 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. He's got a very big player build, really good finishing badges, elite shooting badges like Hoff catch, corner, deadeye, spot up, and sniper, as well as interceptor, intimidator, post lockdown, rebound chaser, rim protector, and more. So he's got elite shooting badges, elite defensive badges, and elite finishing badges. Also comes with all the key playmaking badges already on gold. This is one of the most complete cards and definitely one of the most complete centers in the game in terms of his badges. Really good interior and perimeter defender, really good dunker, nice speed again, and excel at 85, just like Jaren. Very similar card to Jaren Jackson. I think badge wise he's a little bit more complete. His animations in terms of his jump shot, not quite as good as Jaren's. I think you could say these cards are pretty close to each other because they're the same height, basically have the same wingspan. Like a lot of things about this card are very similar. I think Cat's badges are slightly better, both in his shooting and defense. And then I think Jaren, in terms of his release, is slightly better. So it's really kind of a toss-up between these two guys. I decided to go Cat because I like his player build just a bit more, and I think his defense definitely gives you a lot of value. So I went with him at 3, and he's definitely a great card, no doubt about that at all. At number 2, I'm going Joel Embiid. I think you could make the argument that Embiid is number 1. On paper, he might be number 1, and he's definitely an incredible card. There's just one guy that I prefer over him slightly, but Embiid is 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, so he's got elite size, hotspots from almost every spot on the floor. 15 hops include back down punisher, dream shake, post technician, catch, corner, box, brick wall, interceptor, intimidator, pogo stick, post lockdown, rim protector, elite interior, and really good perimeter defender. Another guy who's really complete in terms of badges, besides a badge like limitless spot up, maybe a limitless takeoff, blinders, pick dodger, things like that as well. But overall, really complete center. Again, really good speed and excel at 85, and then a solid dunker, really good shooter, one of the best big man releases in the game, which is this 47 release that Taco Fall has every year, Thon Maker has every year. If y'all have used those cards in previous 2Ks, you know how smooth and really easy to green this release is. It's no different this year, one of the easiest to green releases in the game for a big man easily, and it is solidly quick as well. Coupled with his elite badges, elite stats, really good size, everything about this card is great. He really doesn't have any flaws. I think number 2 is a great spot to put him. The reason that I only have him at number 2 and not number 1 is because I'm so high on Anthony Davis. On paper, I think you could make the argument Embiid is a better card than Anthony Davis, but AD's animations are just so good. He's an elite rebounder. He's an elite defender on both the interior and the perimeter. He's got elite athleticism. His jumper is incredible. He has Hall of Fame quick first step, catch, corner, post condition, fast twitch, clamps, intimidator, chase down artist, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, rim protector. He's the best perimeter defensive big in the game. Also an elite interior defender. Even at only 6'10", he does get great interior animations. He's an elite shooter, one of the best big man jumpers in the game with the AD release. His movement is really good for a big with slasher dribble style and decent sigs. The Kobe size up. He's an elite dunker. Everything about this card is phenomenal. Only missing a couple badges as well, like a limitless, a ball stripper, and a pick dodger. And overall, just in my opinion, the best center in the game because he gives you everything you could ask for on the court at an elite level. And just such a phenomenal card. Every year, AD is one of the best bigs in the game for significant portions of the year, and this year is absolutely no different. This AD card is a monster, and I think he fits in perfectly right here at number 1. So this is my top 10 centers in the game right now. Let me know what you think of my list. Who do you think I ranked too high? Who do you think I ranked too low? Is there anybody that you think I forgot about? All those things, make sure you drop a comment and let me know. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you also hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.